What could motivate an actor still recovering from a serious fever and days of medical crisis to defy doctors' orders and make his first public appearance at his co-star's intimate concert? And why are fans losing their minds over footage showing Lu Yuning sitting in the audience looking noticeably thinner and weaker, but unable to take his eyes off Zhao Lusi performing on stage? The entertainment world erupted into absolute chaos last night when Zhao Lusi surprised her fans with an unannounced mini-concert at an exclusive venue in Beijing. But the real shock came when eagle-eyed attendees spotted Lu Yuning seated in a VIP section surrounded by a small group of friends, marking his first public appearance since his health crisis and sparking immediate frenzy both inside the venue and across social media, as word spread that he had defied medical advice and risked his still fragile health to be present for Zhao Lusi's performance. The footage and photographs that have emerged from the concert show Lu Yuning looking visibly changed from his illness, appearing thinner and somewhat drawn but with eyes that never left Zhao Lusi throughout her entire performance, his face displaying a mixture of pride, admiration, and what millions of viewers are interpreting as unmistakable love, as he watched the woman who had nursed him through his frightening medical ordeal now commanding the stage with the talent and charisma that has made her one of China's most beloved entertainers. Why would Zhao Lusi organize a surprise mini-concert with minimal advance publicity during what should be one of the busiest and most stressful periods of her career? And does the intimate nature of the event combined with Lu Yuning's presence suggest that this performance was intended less as a professional engagement and more as a personal gesture or celebration marking his recovery and their shared relief that he survived a health crisis that apparently terrified both of them? Sources close to the situation describe the mini-concert as having been planned quickly and with unusual secrecy, with even Zhao Lusi's team members not being fully informed about her intentions until just days before the event when she began intensive rehearsals and made arrangements for the venue and technical support. The decision to keep the concert announcement minimal and to limit ticket availability meant that only a few hundred people, mostly devoted fans who follow her social media obsessively enough to see the brief announcement, plus industry insiders and personal guests, were able to attend what became one of the most talked about and emotionally charged performances in recent memory. The setlist that Zhao Lusi performed, which included several songs about love, devotion, overcoming hardship, and the fear of losing someone precious, has been analyzed extensively for possible personal meaning, with many fans convinced that she was singing directly to Lu Yuning and expressing through music the emotions and experiences they shared during his illness. But here is the detail that has relationship analysts and fans absolutely convinced this concert represents a turning point where Zhao Lusi and Lu Yuning have decided to stop hiding their relationship. Multiple witnesses report that during one particularly emotional ballad about being grateful for someone's survival and promising never to let them go, Zhao Lusi's voice broke with genuine emotion and tears were visible on her face as she looked directly at the section where Lu Yuning was seated, and his response, captured on multiple cameras, showed him wiping his own eyes and mouthing words that lip readers claim were, "I'm here" or "I'm okay," creating a moment of such raw intimacy and emotional communication that even those who had previously doubted the romantic nature of their relationship found themselves convinced by the undeniable connection visible in that exchange. The fact that this intensely personal moment occurred in a public concert setting where hundreds of witnesses and countless cameras were recording suggests either that both stars have stopped caring about maintaining privacy around their relationship, or that the emotional intensity of the moment overwhelmed their usual caution and control. The video footage of this exchange, which has now been viewed hundreds of millions of times across various platforms, has become iconic as perhaps the most definitive evidence yet that Lu Yuning and Zhao Lusi are genuinely in love regardless of what official statements do or do not say about their relationship status. The planning and execution of Zhao Lusi's mini-concert appears to have been driven by multiple motivations, with the event serving various purposes simultaneously including reconnecting with fans after a period of limited public appearances due to demanding filming schedules and her focus on caring for Lu Yuning during his illness, showcasing her musical talents which sometimes receive less attention than her acting work, and possibly most significantly, celebrating and marking Lu Yuning's recovery from an illness that had genuinely frightened both of them and their close circle. Sources familiar with the planning process describe Zhao Lusi as having been unusually involved in every detail of the concert preparation, personally selecting every song, working intensively with musical directors on arrangements, and insisting on specific staging and lighting choices that would create the intimate atmosphere she envisioned for the performance. The venue selected for the mini-concert was an upscale but relatively small theater known for hosting intimate performances by established artists with a capacity of only a few hundred people that ensured an exclusive and personal atmosphere very different from the massive stadiums and arenas where major Chinese pop stars typically perform. The choice of this intimate setting has been interpreted as deliberately creating conditions where Zhao Lusi could perform in a more personal and emotionally vulnerable way than would be possible or appropriate in a massive commercial concert, allowing her to share music and emotions with a select audience in ways that felt authentic, rather than performative. The venue's configuration, with the audience seated close to the stage and VIP sections positioned to provide excellent views while maintaining some privacy, created ideal conditions for the kind of intimate performance and audience connection that Zhao Lusi apparently desired. Lu Yuning's decision to attend the concert despite his recent illness, and against what sources say was his medical team's strong advice to continue resting at home for at least another week, represents either reckless disregard for his health and recovery or such strong emotional need to support Zhao Lusi and witness her performance that he was willing to accept medical risks in order to be present. Friends who accompanied Lu Yuning to the concert describe him as having been determined to attend regardless of any obstacles or concerns, and they report that his decision was made as soon as he learned that Zhao Lusi was planning the event, suggesting that missing her performance was simply not an option he was willing to consider. The logistics of getting Lu Yuning to the venue while minimizing risk to his still recovering health apparently involved careful planning, including a private vehicle to avoid public transportation exposure, arrangement of a VIP entrance to minimize time in public spaces, and having him accompanied by friends who could provide support and assistance if he experienced any health issues during the event. The group of friends who accompanied Lu Yuning to the concert has been identified through photographs and social media posts as a mixture of actors, musicians, and longtime personal friends who have been part of his close circle for years. Their presence served multiple purposes, including providing companionship and emotional support, helping to deflect attention and questions about Lu Yuning attending alone, which might have generated even more intense speculation about his relationship with Zhao Lusi, and offering practical assistance if his health required any intervention during the event. However, witnesses who observed the group throughout the concert note that while his friends were attentive and caring, Lu Yuning's focus never wavered from Zhao Lusi on stage, with him appearing almost oblivious to everything and everyone else in the venue once her performance began. The opening moments of the concert when Zhao Lusi first appeared on stage have been described by attendees as electric and emotional, with her entrance prompting immediate standing ovation and enthusiastic cheering from the audience. Zhao Lusi's visible reaction to this reception, which appeared to include genuine surprise and emotional response suggesting she had not been certain how the hastily organized concert would be received, created an immediate sense of intimacy and connection with the audience. Multiple witnesses report that as Zhao Lusi scanned the audience during these opening moments, her eyes found Lu Yuning's section and her expression visibly shifted, with what appeared to be relief and joy at seeing him present mixing with her professional performer's composure as she prepared to begin her first song. The musical performance itself has been described by critics and attendees as remarkably strong and emotionally resonant, with Zhao Lusi demonstrating vocal abilities and stage presence that surprised even some of her longtime fans who were more familiar with her acting work than her musical talents. The setlist progressed from upbeat contemporary pop songs that had the audience dancing and singing along to increasingly emotional and personal ballads that created a more contemplative and intimate atmosphere as the concert developed. The song selection and arrangement created a narrative arc that many interpret as deliberately telling a story about love, fear, gratitude, and commitment in ways that seem to mirror the recent experiences that Zhao Lusi and Lu Yuning had shared during his illness and recovery. The specific moment that has become the most discussed and analyzed portion of the concert occurred approximately two-thirds through the performance when Zhao Lusi introduced a ballad with brief comments about being grateful for the people in her life and for recent reminders about how precious and fragile life can be. The song itself, which Zhao Lusi performed with piano accompaniment and minimal staging to focus attention on the lyrics and her vocal delivery, dealt with themes of almost losing someone important and the realization that comes from such near loss about what truly matters and who you cannot imagine living without. As she sang the most emotionally intense portions of the song, Zhao Lusi's voice audibly wavered and tears became visible on her face, creating a moment of such raw vulnerability that the audience fell into complete silence, except for some audible crying from emotionally affected listeners. The eye contact between Zhao Lusi and Lu Yuning during this emotional song performance has been captured from multiple angles and analyzed frame by millions of viewers, attempting to understand the full depth of what was being communicated between them in that moment. The footage clearly shows Zhao Lusi looking directly at Lu Yuning's section of the audience during key lyrical moments, and Lu Yuning's response, visible on cameras that captured the audience, shows him visibly emotional with tears in his eyes and his hand over his heart in a gesture that witnesses interpret as both profound emotional response and silent communication back to Zhao Lusi. The moment when he appears to mouth words to her, though the exact content is debated, represents such obvious intimate communication that even skeptics who had previously doubted the romantic nature of their relationship found themselves reconsidering their positions. The immediate aftermath of this emotional performance moment involved Zhao Lusi pausing to compose herself before continuing with the concert, during which time the audience's response was respectful silence followed by overwhelming applause and cheers that seemed to communicate both appreciation for the performance and emotional support for whatever Zhao Lusi was experiencing and expressing. Multiple attendees report feeling that they had witnessed something profoundly personal and important, with the sense that the concert had transcended typical entertainment and become a space where genuine emotion and important personal communication was occurring in addition to musical performance. The privilege of being present for such a moment has been described by many attendees as feeling like witnessing something historically significant in both stars' personal narratives and public relationship. Lu Yuning's physical condition throughout the concert was a source of concern for his friends and for observant fans who noticed that he appeared noticeably thinner and occasionally seemed to be fatigued or uncomfortable despite his obvious emotional engagement with Zhao Lusi's performance. His friends were observed checking on him periodically and at one point appeared to offer to leave if he was not feeling well, but Lu Yuning apparently declined and insisted on remaining for the entire performance regardless of his physical discomfort. This determination to stay and support Zhao Lusi, even while clearly not yet fully recovered from his illness, has been cited as yet another demonstration of how important she is to him and his willingness to prioritize her over his own comfort or well-being. The conclusion of the concert involved Zhao Lusi performing several upbeat songs that restored energy and joy to the atmosphere after the emotional intensity of the mid-concert ballads, with her final number being a song about new beginnings and facing the future with confidence and love. Her closing comments to the audience included thanks for attending the hastily organized event and vague, but meaningful references to recent difficult times and the importance of the people who support and care for us through challenges. While she did not mention Lu Yuning by name or explicitly reference his illness, the context and her glances toward his section while making these comments made clear to everyone present who and what she was referring to. The immediate post-concert period involved Lu Yuning apparently attempting to meet with Zhao Lusi backstage, with witnesses reporting that his group made their way toward the backstage area while Zhao Lusi was still greeting fans and handling immediate post-performance obligations. The reunion between them that occurred away from public cameras and that participants have not discussed publicly has been the subject of intense speculation, with fans imagining various scenarios ranging from simple congratulations and thanks for attending to more emotionally intense conversations or interactions, reflecting the intimate communication that had occurred during the concert performance. The fact that Lu Yuning and Zhao Lusi then apparently left the venue separately, likely to avoid the media frenzy that would result from them being photographed leaving together, demonstrates that despite the emotional openness displayed during the concert, both stars remain conscious of managing public perception and maintaining some boundaries around their relationship. The social media reaction to the mini-concert and particularly to Lu Yuning's attendance and the emotional moments between him and Zhao Lusi has been absolutely explosive, with related hashtags trending globally and generating hundreds of millions of comments and posts analyzing every detail of what occurred and what it reveals about their relationship. Fan-created compilations showing every interaction between them during the concert, including all the moments when Zhao Lusi looked at his section and all of Lu Yuning's visible reactions, have been viewed tens of millions of times and have been edited with various music and commentary highlighting the romantic interpretation that most viewers apply to these interactions. The overwhelming consensus among fans and casual observers alike is that the concert provided definitive confirmation that Lu Yuning and Zhao Lusi are genuinely in love and deeply committed to each other, regardless of any official acknowledgement or denial.